Understanding safety, maintenance, and vehicle warning systems. Introduction to the module. Understanding safety, maintenance, and vehicle warning systems is essential for ensuring optimal vehicle performance and preventing accidents. By recognizing how these systems operate, drivers can enhance their safety on the road and prolong the lifespan of their vehicles. Proper maintenance reduces the risk of breakdowns, while being aware of warning signals can help address issues before they escalate, ultimately promoting safer driving experiences. This module will equip you with knowledge about essential maintenance practices, safety measures regarding personal attire, and an understanding of warning signals for effective vehicle management. Learning outcome. After completing this module, you will be able to identify major engine components and explain their functions in vehicle operation, apply safety protocols and maintenance practices to ensure vehicle longevity and reliability, recognize the importance of proper hair and clothing for mechanics' safety, understand the risks associated with hazardous chemicals and how to mitigate them, interpret vehicle warning lights, and take appropriate action for effective maintenance. Understanding safety and maintenance. Safety and maintenance are inseparable in automotive work. Every task performed on a vehicle, whether it's a simple oil change or a complex engine repair, requires adherence to strict safety standards. Safe work habits reduce the likelihood of accidents, protect tools and equipment, and ensure efficient maintenance of vehicles. Workplace safety protocols. Implementing workplace safety protocols is critical in the car mechanic environment. A well-organized and clean workspace minimizes hazards, allowing for smooth operations and reduced risks of injury. Key protocols include clear walkways. Keep work areas free of clutter and obstacles to prevent trips and falls. Proper ventilation. Ensure adequate ventilation to reduce exposure to harmful fumes from chemicals or exhaust gases. Fire prevention. Avoid open flames near flammable materials such as fuel or solvents, and have fire extinguishers readily available. Emergency procedures. Familiarize yourself with first aid equipment and emergency exits. Safe handling of automotive tools and equipment. Mechanics often work with a variety of power tools, lifting equipment, and specialized automotive machinery. Knowing how to safely operate and maintain this equipment is crucial. Guidelines for handling tools and equipment. Inspect tools regularly. Check for damage or wear before use, and replace faulty tools immediately. Use tools properly. Avoid using tools for unintended purposes to prevent breakage and injury. Proper lifting techniques. Use mechanical lifts or follow safe manual lifting techniques to avoid strain or injury. Lockout-tagout procedures. Disable machinery during maintenance or repairs to prevent accidental operation. Hair and clothing. As mentioned earlier, consideration of sensible clothing should be given when performing mechanical work on a car. The same kind of thought should be given to hair during any close contact work with an automobile or engine. So it makes sense to follow some guidelines before fixing a vehicle. Keep long hair tied back or contained under a cap. Don't wear necklaces, rings, or other jewellery during work. If possible, always wear safety goggles, glasses, or a face mask to protect your eyes from harmful fluids. Consider wearing a jumpsuit or boiler suit, which can contain tools in the pockets and is designed for this type of usage. Never wear clothing that is too loose or saggy, or could trap material in moving parts. Accidents and hazardous chemicals. Cars and engines aren't usually associated with hazardous chemicals, but they indeed contain some liquids that are potentially harmful to the human body. These could include substances such as petrol, brake fluid, coolant, antifreeze, battery acid. While some are acidic and can damage skin, all are dangerous if exposed to the eyes and should be immediately washed from the face if any contact has been made. The flammable qualities of some of these substances should also be noted, and an accidental spill of any of these fluids should be cleaned up as quickly as possible. Personal protective equipment, PPE. PPE plays a vital role in safeguarding mechanics from hazards such as flying debris, chemicals, and loud noises. Wearing the right gear reduces the risk of injury and ensures a safer work environment. Essential PPE for car mechanics. Gloves. Protect your hands from sharp objects, chemicals, and hot engine components. Safety glasses. Shield your eyes from flying particles and chemical splashes. Ear protection. Use earplugs or earmuffs when working in noisy environments to prevent hearing damage. Steel toe boots. Safeguard your feet from heavy objects or sharp tools that may fall. General maintenance tips for car mechanics. Maintenance tips for car mechanics are about creating a checklist that ensures every vehicle is thoroughly inspected and serviced. This involves staying updated with modern vehicle systems and knowing the typical issues that can arise in different models. Some of the key maintenance tasks include checking fluids. Ensure all essential fluids like engine oil, coolant, brake fluid, transmission fluid, and power steering fluid are at optimal levels. Inspecting tyres. Regularly check tyre pressure, tread depth, and look for signs of uneven wear that might indicate alignment or suspension issues. Battery health. Testing the battery's voltage and inspecting terminals for corrosion can prevent unexpected breakdowns. Brake inspection. Brakes are critical for vehicle safety. Regularly inspect brake pads, rotors, and brake fluid levels. Routine vehicle checks. Routine vehicle checks play a significant role in identifying small issues before they become major problems. It's recommended that mechanics adhere to a comprehensive checklist that covers multiple vehicle components. Some routine checks include lights and indicators. Make sure all lights, including headlights, brake lights, and turn signals, are functioning properly. Belts and hoses. Check for wear and tear in drive belts, timing belts, and coolant hoses. Suspension system. Inspect the vehicle's shocks, struts, and ball joints to ensure a smooth ride. Air filters. Dirty air filters can reduce engine efficiency. Regularly inspect and replace air filters as needed. Understanding service intervals. Service intervals are predefined timelines for when a vehicle should be brought in for inspections or maintenance, and these are usually outlined by the vehicle manufacturer. Understanding service intervals helps car mechanics provide better guidance to their clients on when and what kind of maintenance is required. Service intervals typically include oil changes. The most common service interval, usually every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, depending on the vehicle. Transmission service. Regular transmission checks and fluid changes help avoid major transmission repairs. Brake fluid and power steering flushes. These are often recommended every 30,000 to 60,000 miles to ensure proper vehicle function. Preventive maintenance practices. Preventive maintenance involves proactive measures to ensure vehicle safety and performance. Regular preventive maintenance can save the customer time and money by avoiding major repairs. Here are some best practices. Change engine oil regularly to ensure the engine runs smoothly. Rotate tyres periodically to ensure even wear and extend tyre life. Check wheel alignment to avoid issues like pulling or uneven tyre wear. Examine the exhaust system for leaks or damage that could affect vehicle emissions. A guide to vehicle warning lights. Your dashboard lights up with various symbols each time you start the car. But what do they mean? And what if one stays on? Every vehicle has a variety of dashboard warning lights, such as the ABS light or brake light, that relate to different systems. These warning lights will appear on many cars for a few moments when you switch on the ignition, but they should soon go out again. However, if one or more of these warning lights stay on when the engine is running, your vehicle might have a problem and need the appropriate investigation according to the actual warning itself. The presence and appearance of these warning lights can be found in your vehicle owner's manual, which should be referenced if you have any doubts at all as to the reason for a warning. While many are easily recognizable and pretty much universal visually, they can differ slightly in some automobile models. A BS light. This orange-yellow light will indicate that an issue has occurred with your automobile's anti-lock braking system and that the anti-lock brakes are disabled. As ABS is used to prevent excessive skidding during an emergency stop primarily, you should continue to drive. However, take extra caution and be prepared if you need to brake suddenly. Once you can do so, the ABS should be serviced as soon as possible. Brake light. Unsurprisingly, this red light will indicate that there is a significant fault with the brakes on a vehicle, and immediate attention is required. The brakes are perceived to be unstable due to lack of fluid, mechanical failure. The parking brake is applied or other external factors. If possible, you should pull over, check the situation, and call for an auto repair service. Airbag. If a red or orange light displays, it means that at least part of the airbag deployment system is broken or unsafe, and that it may not deploy in an accident situation. You may need a service to check on the severity of this problem, or if the airbags are still functional. Check engine. If this red or yellow light starts to display, it's more than likely that the car's internal system has detected some diagnostic trouble codes that could seriously impact the vehicle's performance. It could also mean that there are some internal blockages in the flow of fluid, or that the fume emissions are irregular. If the car's performance is noticeably affected, or the light flashes during acceleration, the best option is to pull over and call for services unless you can immediately locate the origin of the problem. Door open indicator. An easy-to-check warning that indicates that a passenger or driver door to the vehicle is still open and travel should not be attempted. This may also indicate that the car boot is open and should be checked. Glow plug indicator. This warning light will only be present in a vehicle with a diesel engine, and it means that the internal system has detected an issue with the glow plug. This heating component warms the fuel and air to encourage fuel combustion and start the engine. It probably means that starting your vehicle may become problematic, and you should get a diagnostic check performed. Low coolant level. This can be red, orange, or blue, and flags the driver that the engine coolant level is low. This isn't an emergency, unless the engine temperature light also illuminates, and you find yourself in danger of overheating the engine. The coolant level should be checked as soon as possible to see if there is a leak, or if it simply needs topping up. Low fuel. The bane of long-distance drivers' journeys. This yellow or orange light indicates that the automobile is running low on petrol or fuel and should be refueled when possible. When this first appears until it ultimately affects mobility, it can depend on the vehicle's making, but many drivers have incorrectly guessed it, much to their embarrassment. Low oil level. This yellow or orange display will come on when the oil level nears its minimum mark. You should refill the oil to the correct level when possible and check for possible leaks. Low oil pressure. This red light display will illuminate when the pressure reaches a designated minimum level, It would be best if you took immediate action and manually checked the oil level when possible. However, if the light remains constant or repeats continually, you may be at risk of major engine failure and a costly repair. So, a diagnostic check is recommended. Parking brake. This useful red light acknowledges that you have the parking brake either fully or partially engaged and can prevent some embarrassing mistakes if you act on it. Service vehicle soon. This yellow or orange light usually appears with other warnings, but should be taken at face value. It basically illuminates whenever your vehicle's systems detect an issue that needs servicing. This could be a minor problem with the brakes or hydraulics, but this can either be established during diagnostics or an accompanying warning. Temperature, temp. This red light indicates a severe problem with the engine temperature, which has exceeded its maximum limit. It would be best if you stop it as soon as is practically possible. Otherwise, the engine is likely to suffer a major malfunction. You then let the engine cool, investigate the cause, or call for repair service. Tire pressure warning. This yellow or orange light will display when one or more of the vehicle tires has seriously dropped in air pressure. This usually means that it is now below 25% of the recommended pressure. Unless the steering is immediately affected, get the tires checked as soon as you can. Turn signal or hazard light indicators. These will display automatically when the turn signals or the hazard lights are activated. However, if one stays on, or blinks slower or quicker than usual, a problem may need a diagnostic check. Voltage warning. This red light will illuminate when the voltage or power available from the car battery is less than the required specifications. This means that you are in imminent danger of losing your headlights and other electrical functions. Therefore, you should pull over, investigate, and take appropriate repair actions immediately. Security light. This light can be red or orange, but indicates that there is an error with the security or anti-theft system. It could even be that the car thinks it's being stolen or hot-wired because it's not getting the expected signal from your key. If this happens, the vehicle may become immobilized, and you should reset the security system. Seatbelt light. This self-explanatory red light warning indicates that either the passenger or driver has not fastened their seatbelt securely. It's a simple circuit check that will terminate once everyone has buckled up and closed the circuit. But as it's UK law that passengers over the age of 14 travelling in a car, as well as the driver, must wear a belt, it can be a helpful reminder. Highlights from this module. Key workplace safety protocols include maintaining clear walkways, proper ventilation, fire prevention, and knowing emergency procedures. Personal protective equipment, PPE, like gloves, safety glasses, and steel toe boots is essential for safeguarding mechanics from hazards. Adopting preventive measures can significantly enhance vehicle safety and performance while reducing repair costs. The ABS light signals problems with the anti-lock braking system and requires servicing as soon as possible. A red brake light indicates a significant fault with the brakes, necessitating immediate attention and inspection. Thank you. You have successfully made it to the end of this module.